Thanks for checking out the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to see me play your deck, hang out with me in the amazing BoshNRoll community in Discord, access to my lists and sideboard guides before tournaments, book an individual coaching session, or just generally want to support what's going on here, check out the Patreon and YouTube membership options. For the finest Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, use code BoshNRoll for 10% off your order at coalesceapparel.shop. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. If you want to play what I'm playing, use my affiliate link to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com and play any deck anytime on Magic Online with a cardhoarder.com loan account. Thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back for another BoshNRoll video. Today I'm playing Legacy, and this video is a little bit special because today I am unveiling a new sponsor of the channel, and that's 7 Factor Software. The way I got in touch with them was a classic nerds hanging out story of I was on Discord playing some Magic, and one of my Magic friends just happened to mention the CEO of my company loves your channel. I was like, that's cool. Does your CEO want to advertise on the channel? And my friend put me in touch with Jeremy, who is the CEO and founder of 7 Factor Software. And while I won't pretend to understand much about software engineering, I do understand a good workplace and a good product. And my friend who I talked to on the side was like, do you like working there? And he was like, hell yeah, it's great. And Jeremy's visions for how to run a business align with my own of how to treat people. And I'm just really excited to work with Jeremy and 7 Factor. So you'll see that ad dropped into videos moving forward. But on top of all that, Jeremy is also a Magic player and sponsored this league. And he made it really easy on me. He was just like, pick a deck as long as it contains my favorite card. And what's the favorite card? It's Force of Will. So you don't have to twist my arm to get me to play Force of Will in a Legacy deck. But within that very wide parameter, I used it as an excuse to play a deck I've been trying to get onto the channel for a while anyway. This is the Yorion Cephalid breakfast deck that's been kicking around for a few months now. The Cephalid breakfast part of this, if you've never seen this combo before, this is a thing from old Extended. I don't think this was in Standard at the same time. Yeah, Tempest and Onslaught were pretty far away from each other. But yeah, this was an old Extended deck. Nomad's en-kor. 0. The next 1 damage that would be dealt to Nomad's en-kor this turn is dealt to target creature you control instead. So this is a ability you can activate any number of times, as long as you have something else to target. And Cephalid Illusionist is a 1/1. Whenever Cephalid Illusionist becomes the target of a spell or ability, mill 3 cards. You can see where this is going. You can redirect the next however much damage you want, infinite damage if you like, from Nomad's en-kor to Cephalid Illusionist. That damage doesn't have to be happening. It just creates a little bubble that, you know, if damage were to be dealt to this at any point, it's going to be sent over to Cephalid Illusionist. You can target Illusionist as many times as you want, mill 3 cards as many times as you want, which ends up looking like Oops All Spells. We've got 3 Narcomoebas, a Cabal Therapy to clear the way, and a Dread Return to put Thassa's Oracle into play. But unlike Oops All Spells, there's a whole entire ass deck hanging out around this little core combo that lets you play Magic in other ways as well. Aether Vial lets you turbo out the combo. You can turn 2 with this deck. If you go turn 1 Aether Vial, turn 2 play Illusionist, Vial, and Nomads, or turn 1 Nomads, turn 2 Illusionist. Either one works to just speedrun it if the coast is clear, or if you have Force of Will backup. What's up, Jeremy? But then you also get to be this sort of Esper Vial Stoneforge deck. Not quite Death and Taxes, not quite Esper Vial, not quite Dead Gael. It's just there's other Esper cards going on. We got Stoneforge Mystic, which can tutor up Shuko, which is another way to target Cephalid Illusionist infinitely, as long as you have 2 creatures. You might not even need 2 creatures, actually. Attach to target creature you control, equip only as a sorcery. Yeah, I think you can re-equip to the same creature with only 1 creature in play. You may... For some reason in my head, I had it that you had to move them back and forth. Like equip to Stoneforge, move it back to Illusionist. But maybe you could just keep targeting the same creature. We'll test that when we're in there. But Shuko gives you another 5 ways to trigger Illusionist, because Stoneforge Mystic is 4, it could tutor up the Shuko, or you could just draw the Shuko, and that gives you another angle of attack towards the combo. Or, of course, Stoneforge Mystic can just get Batterskull, and in the sideboard there's Cauldron for when we really want to go in that direction. All this is tucked in this 4x Recruiter of the Guard package, which can tutor either one of the combo pieces, or Stoneforge Mystic, or Baleful Strix, or Skyclave Apparition, or Palace Jailer, or Solitude. You see what's going on here. Baleful Strix really good at wasting time, whether you're trying to assemble a combo or assemble a Stoneforge Mystic or set up a Palace Jailer. Strix is just great at doing that. And most of these things enjoy being flickered, so Yorion has real text in the matchup. It's not just here for fun. That is a real thing that we might want to do. And the sideboard just has a ton more interaction in it, so we can lean into the combo, load up on Spell Pierces and Mystical Disputes, and just punch this thing through. We can board out the combo, bring in Cauldron Complete, Thoughtseize, Prismatic Ending, and just be Esper mid-range. There's a lot of variability to this deck, and that makes it scary. I've played it against it a number of times on the channel, and it's always like, okay, I've got my Supreme Verdict and my Prismatic Ending and my this and my that, and I'm not worried about combat, but if they tutor up a Cephalid Illusionist, I die. And vice versa. Like, you can't keep a handful of Force of Wills against like the Aether Vial, Stoneforge Mystic, Baleful Strix game plan either. So it just pulls you in two directions, and it's a deck I've been a fan of for a while. I think Andrea Mengucci liked it enough to actually take it to a real legacy tournament over in Italy a couple months ago. Like, he was really into this for a while, and it has real legs, and I'm excited that we get to play it. Jeremy, thank you for sponsoring this league. I'm excited to work together moving forward. Let's jump into this thing. I'm on the draw in round 1. I've revealed my Yorion. Opponent kept 7. I'm also going to keep 7. I have half my combo and a way to tutor for the other half, and then brainstorm and some interaction. Sure, let's do it. A Verdant Catacomb strategy. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm much happier seeing Forest come out of that Verdant Catacombs than any variation of Swamp. So this is probably Elves. Still options on like some depth stack, but Elves is most likely. Elves confirmed. Nettle Sendal. I'm happy to point Prismatic Ending at that, knowing that they're holding Birchler Rangers. Ooh, that's a nice one. I think just leading on Tundra, that sets up my Brainstorm for next turn. Ooh. Get out of here. I am a little worried about Elves' speed. Like, I don't really want to be some fair creature deck against Elves. They're much better at being a creature deck than basically every creature deck. But I'm also a combo deck. It's pretty exciting. Okay, had to play Boseiju. They would not play Boseiju if they had any other land to play, so that's information we can work with. Nice. Swords of Plowshares is great. I'm not just going to pick off Visionary. We'll find a better place to point that. I'm just going to land go, because my plan is to brainstorm into Swords of Plowshares. Guess I could have played Nomads, but I'd rather recruit and then do it all at once. There's the Rangers. Symbiote. Okay. Guess it's time. Narcomoeba can go back in the deck. Not interested. And Palace Jailer is like on the fence of anything I'd want to be doing. I think that picking off Birchler Rangers is worth it right now, though. I can keep playing on Tundras, right? What black cards are even in the main deck? Nothing. Like, literally nothing. There's 2 black cards in the main deck, and they're both flashback spells. So I'm going to... Oh, Baleful Strix. Right. That's a pretty good black card. I'm just going to get Tundra and plow the Rangers, try to slow them down here. If I was trying to play a longer game, I would pick off the Symbiote, but I'm trying to win on turn 4. So I'm just going to slow them down on their mana development. When they made it clear last turn, they don't have a better land to play than Boseiju. They could have Cradle, which wouldn't have tapped for any mana last turn. Okay, there is a mana floating. Alright, Cradle confirmed. Bummer. That was the good one they could have. Just using it to replay Visionary. Not too bad. And a Zenith. Okay. This is a little scary. This is a situation we could lose to Natural Order. This is a great time to draw Force of Will. Ooh, Swords of Plowshares. I'm never upset about, though. Alright. Tough crowd here. I should probably start with Brainstorm. This Palace Jailer is starting to get pretty bad. If they go wide on Palace Jailer and take the Monarch, it's really shitty. Oh no, the Force Will is 1 card down. We almost had it. Okay. Palace Jailer, I think, should go away. But now I have Stoneforge to back it up. And maybe this Force Will's bad. I'm like pretty far away from a blue card. If I put Force of Will, Stoneforge, Mystic on top, Stoneforging right now doesn't do anything. It's actually a really hard brainstorm. I'm basically right now deciding if Palace Jailer is going to be part of this game or not. And I think that it's not. And Force of Will is looking kind of sketch here. But if I shuffle, I have a chance at a blue card. Okay. I am putting away the Palace Jailer and the Force of Will. May regret that in the halls of history, but we'll see. Gonna continue being just a blue-white deck. I think plowing the Arbor is the play that stops the most mana. And I have the mana, so I'm just gonna play my Nomads, give myself a chance to spike the combo. But now they know I'm a combo deck. That was a really tough brainstorm. I had a brainstorm recently on the channel that I think I spent like a full 5 minutes on, but that one was like the second hardest I can remember. They just said, oh, in the chat. 3 O's and an H. Yeah, I'm doing this. Okay, Visionary. That is 3 mana currently, can be 4 with a land drop for natural order. Maybe just don't natural order me. How about that? Please. You do have to be careful of endurance. Elves decks play endurance, usually 4 across the 75. I think they're usually on 1 in the main. Oh, we're just dead now. The way their mana is leaving the pool. Yeah, I was going to say that looks like Zenith, not natural order. Zenith for 1 could be getting the Shepherd to make sure that natural order works. They could get Heritage Druid right now and juice up. All right, Heritage Druid is. That's good for 5 mana in the pool. Haven't activated Symbiote yet. You could at least redraw a card. And a Zenith for 1 with the floating mana. Are we going to get the Shepherd and put lethal on board here? Okay, we're just going mana. Okay, so this is actually not the Hello Newton version, which does not play Nettle Sentinel. I actually should have identified that on turn 1 when they played Nettle Sentinel. Yeah, the Hello Newton version with the Fiend Artisans and main deck Endurances and Elvish Reclaimers does not go low and wide like this. It's more like The Rock, just like green-black mid-range, but also can combo kill you. This is low to the ground, actual combo elves. No Plague Engineers in my sideboard. Disappointing. Most of my black decks start with 2 or 3 of those, especially black decks that can tutor a 2-drop creature. Or a 2-toughness creature. Okay, there's the Shepherd. We're dead on board. Time to rip an Illusionist. We got 1 more draw here, which could lead to just natural order and killing me now, I guess. Okay, Illusionist off the top is really good. Removal doesn't help me. Oh, the last draw was Symbiote, so they get another draw here. Doing classic elves things. Yeah, if I knew their hand wasn't good, I would have just tutored for Illusionist and hoped for the best here, but Brainstorm for Force of Will, which I did find, but didn't have a blue card. There's an alternate universe where we're just untapping into our combo here. But it's not the universe we live in, unfortunately. Another Heritage Druid. Okay, party's over. They've used all their bounces, all their tricks. I am not going to block that. If they hadn't put lethal on the board in spite of it, I would trade with that, but oh, we got a chance. You're saying there's a chance. 4 looks at Illusionist here. That's not it. Shuffle. Come on, Illusionist. Boo. All right. We are defeated. Good game, though. That was 1 turn off, 1 Force of Will off, 1 moment of confidence off. I could have just gone for it. Maybe I should have on the draw against elves. Felt like I was still in a fighting shape at the start of that turn, but by the time it ended, I was like, oh yeah, we're not even close. What changes in my sideboard here? Kaldra is much better than Batterskull. Because Kaldra has trample, and a single Wireward Symbiote can blank Batterskull's relevance on the entire game. Prismatic Ending, I want as much spot removal as I can get. 1 days seems really bad for this matchup. Seems really questionable in general. I had no hand in building this deck. I pulled this directly off the internet, so I'm figuring out the card choices as we go here. They're going to have graveyard hate if they didn't before. Like, literally whatever it is, they're going to have it. Do I think I can beat this deck fairly? And the answer is mostly no. And do I need to just load up on discard to fight their counter hate? Palace Jailer, I think, is pretty close to indefensible. Wall Therapy. I don't really like that one because this is to check for Force of Will once you put your whole deck in the graveyard. And they're not a Force of Will deck, and Endurance would beat me anyway from that position. So Cabal Therapy's out. Apparition is good. The Tutors are good. Removal's good. Vial is actually kind of medium. Okay, I'm going to try it like this. I wish there was even one Plague Engineer in the sideboard to tutor for. I'd feel a lot better about trying to play fair in that world. Okay, I have Illusionist and some removal and a bunch of cantrips. I'm going to keep. This deck probably has a choke or two in the sideboard that I have to think about, but I'm not going to mulligan a hand here that can cast spells. All right, just show me land and hit the creature. All right, none of the above. Shuffling that. Uh-oh. And even turn 2 Stoneforge on the play is pretty reasonable. Wooded Foothills revealed from Once Upon a Time, immediately used as their land. Zenith for 0. That's smart. That plays around Prismatic Ending. Come on, land. Yeah, always had it. I'm going to fetch for a land that is not an island. Get the scrub land, and I have two choices here. I can play Illusionist and try to cantrip into pay off next turn, or I could just get after it with Cauldra. And I guess I could have also brainstormed, then fetched, then pondered, and set up a big cantrip turn. Don't really like that, though. Oh, Shuko is in the deck. Yeah, duh. All right. I'm going to Stoneforge Mystic for Shuko. All right, and then if I draw a land, I'm representing the combo. Endurance is kind of funny because it doesn't even really beat the deck. Like, it does stop you from dread returning, but then your deck's back in your deck, and it's just like, okay, go with your 2 creatures in play. Yeah, I guess the Cabal Therapy has more value than I thought it did, because if I put my 3 Narcomoebas into play, then Therapy my opponent, they can Endurance in response, but then I just mill myself out again. But if I wait to put the Dread Return on the stack, okay, yeah, the 1 Therapy is really good even in this spot. I assessed that incorrectly. God, please don't Cradle Choke me here. Right, that's not so bad. I guess they could still Cradle Choke me here. That didn't change anything. Oh, just go. Land. Oh, that is a land. I'm going to play Otawara. I'm just going to go for it. Go ahead. Punish me. I mean, they kept a 1-lander. That is a show of... Like, they kept his hand for a reason. Let's see if this works. Okay, you can re-equip to the same creature. It just normally doesn't do anything. And let's see how deep I'm going to go. The Narcomoebas do show up 1 at a time, which is generous. Yeah, with a single Cabal Therapy in the deck, I'd at least know if I'm safe to go off. This was a miscalculation. But I'm committed now. Go ahead, surgically. Put me in the dirt. There's the Dread Return. I could just Dread Return Solitude. Call it a day. That sounds bad, though. I want to leave, like, something in the tank, if I can. Or the way I sideboarded and the way I played just doesn't get to do that. Like, I could Dread Return Solitude and just try to beat down, or just go all the way in. Going all the way in? Fuck it. Yeah, we're already here. Sideboarded incorrectly, and now I have to deal with the consequences. Endurance isn't even that bad. There's the Oracle. Surgical is actually that bad. There are 8 cards left in my deck. There are 5 cards left. Oh, wait. I can... Oh, I could have Dread Returned the Oracle 15 cards ago and then just respond Alright, yeah, I messed this up. There's a lot to learn about this deck. If I dread return the Oracle, then in response to the Oracle trigger, just mill myself. Oh, wait, no. Equip only as a sorcery. It works with Nomad. It doesn't work with Shuko. Okay, I do have to keep going. Okay, 2 cards left in my deck. Thassa's Oracle does have the necessary mana pips to make that okay. Here we go. Please endurance me. Don't surgical me. Oh, it's in play. And we did it. Okay, they just had nothing. Alright. Glad I pushed through, but Cabal Therapy's coming right back into the deck, because that was scarier than it needed to be. Yikes. Okay, sorry Cabal Therapy, I'll never cut you again. Okay, I find myself on the draw against elves. Vial is one of the best things I can do if we settle into a fair game. Like, if they mull to 5, put in a Leyline, and then have sort of a shitty hand, like a 4-card hand that I don't get a graveyard through, then Vial's one of the best cards in that world. But it's pretty bad if we're just racing to a combo. Vial is choke insurance as well. Just don't think any of these other cards are cuttable. Maybe Baleful Strix is worse than Vial. Okay, I'm willing to believe that. They're both good if we're scrappy and largely irrelevant if we're comboing. Alright, here is that fair Aether Vial hand. This is kind of the hand that I want them to mull to 5 and leyline me out of. I'm gonna keep. Opponent kept 7. Oh. Well, keeping 7 and leylining me is much worse than mulling to 5 and leylining me. Let's hope their hand is bad anyway. Underground Sea, Aether Vial. Leading on C here lets me draw a cantrip and cantrip into white removal. I have so many lands it barely matters which one you lead on, if I'm being honest. Okay, they did keep a 1-lander with Leyline. That was a good Leyline. We had the turn 2 win. Crushing. Sad. Okay, I'm gonna play a Baleful Strix here. And I'm gonna fetch the scrub land, just in case choke happens. Are there any answers? Is there a Brazen Borrower? I can't get Prismatic Ending up to 4. Is there... Oh, Skyclave Apparition. Okay. That's the plan. I'm gonna Recruiter for Apparition and then win. So in the end step, Vial in Nomads. And then tick up Vial. Oh no, Narcomoeba's in my hand. That sucks. I'm going to recruit for Skyclave Apparition. Recruiter for Apparition. And pass the turn. I can Vial in Illusionist in the end step, untap Vial in Apparition, and we're ripping. Can even cast Narcomoeba. Uh-oh, they found the land. Please don't kill me. Visionary does turn on these Heritage Druids. Glimpse of Nature. Fuck. Please don't kill me. They've already made their land drop, so Cradle's not coming. They could just pick up Visionary. Oh no, Nettle Sentinel. This is a nightmare. They could actually just rip through this and combo me out right now. Don't have another Sentinel, please. At the very least, they can pick up Heritage Druid, untap another Heritage Druid, replay that one, and have 3 mana again. Like, we can definitely lose this game from here. But they do have to actually kill me on board because I have a combo. Symbiote, that's good for several more cards and mana. They can bounce Visionary to untap Heritage Druid, replay Visionary, draw 2 cards, and have 3 mana ready to cast the 6 cards in their hand. Getting scary. Yep, they did exactly that. Here's the Visionary. 6 cards in hand. 3 mana to spend. Oh no, we just get to do this again. Oh, fucking classic elves. It's so fast. I wish I was playing against Newton elves right now. I'd rather play against 4 endurances than just getting combo killed on turn 3. Okay, we've seen this before, but now they have 8 cards in hand. The same 3 mana to spend. Virtual Ranger. Now that package gets tighter, every 1-drop is free now because they tap Nettle Sentinel and Birchler Ranger. Yeah, we're just doing classic elf shit here. Another symbiote. Alright. I'm losing faith quickly here. Another Visionary. Now up to 10 cards in hand with 4 mana to spend. Yorion Ranger, okay. Already used your land drop. That's not that scary. They have enough creatures in play that Natural Order for Hoof is lethal, because this Wirewood Symbiote can attack, they can untap Heritage Druid with the Quirion Ranger, and then the Hoof itself. Maybe I'll just cross my fingers and hope they pass with lethal. I got you next turn, go. Okay, Once Upon a Time, not an exciting use of mana. Just put Cradle in your hand to beat me next turn? Nope. I could never be so lucky. Well, they don't have 3 elves untapped. Okay, now they do. there it is. Picking up the land to go in on Visionary, just going deeper here. All the untapped tricks in play have been used. Currently looking at 3 mana available. Yeah, that Once Upon a Time was a huge sign of weakness. Collector oof. I guess I have to Vial in response. Oh, now they know they're dead. So, now or never. Can you do it? I can just cast the Apparition. Can't activate my Baleful Strix. Disappointing. And there's only 1 mana face up right now. 1-drops are free, but they're actually in kind of a bad spot. Okay, I'm getting a turn. So we know the 12 cards in their hand are not elf creature spells. That could be Surgical, that could be just a glut of lands, it could be Endurance. I'm glad Cabal Therapy's in my deck. Oh, Force of Will pitching Narcomoeba is so fucked up. Okay. Apparition, let's go. Get in there. Get rid of the Leyline. Okay, Force of Will, Jeremy, there's your card. Let's go. Start doing stuff. Dumping cards, 3 at a time. And they conceded. No Surgical, no Endurance, nothing in the mix. Couldn't find the Natural Order in time. Wow. Now this is pod racing. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7 Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7 Factor, or maybe even join their team, contact them through their website, 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube channel to catch every episode of Dev Better. On the draw in round 2, the Oracle in hand is pretty embarrassing. Vial's a good one. I do have Force Blue card, but if I Force Blue card, I don't get to function anymore. I kind of recognize this opponent's name, and I'm getting Reanimator vibes. I could be totally wrong, but I'm going to keep and just commit to the fair plan. Also, Brainstorm's in my deck. I can put the Oracle away at some point, if necessary. But even without the Reanimator vibes, I have Force Blue card if they're unfair. I have Prismatic Ending Aether Vial if they are fair. And if there's some sort of mid-range thing, Palace Jailer is nutso. And it's not bad. Opponent's on a mull to 6. And it looks like the winner is Green-White Depths. Okay. Got it. This is a Wasteland deck, but unfortunately, fetching basic here would make my blue cards unplayable. Yeah, I'm just going to scrub land Prismatic Ending and accept the possibility of Wasteland. I just drew half my combo, and Vial is pretty good at playing a 1-land game. They're also a Prismatic Ending deck, though. This is a great deck to get Palace Jailer into play against. Oh, we'll see how this goes. Reanimator vibes were totally wrong, by the way. Generally, I'm into living on vibes in my day-to-day life, but when actual decisions need to be made, don't rely on them too much. My opponent took 2 minutes to keep their hand, and now this Prismatic Ending's been on the stack for another 2.5 minutes. I don't know if their internet's bad or if they're multi-queuing or what, but this might get weird if the clock comes up as a factor. Wasteland confirmed. Okay, I was about to say I might have to Force of Will a creature here, and I'm glad it didn't come up. I could just get basic planes and try to get my mana set up. Yeah, I think that's actually worth doing. The deck plays basics. Let's use them. I will Force of Will a Prismatic Ending here, because this Aether Vial is my whole game plan. This is an Endurance deck. It's also a deck that can crop rotate for Bojuka Bog, all of which are concerns I have. That creature is very good, but okay. All right, let's draw access to basic island. Come on, fetch land. All right, the basic swamp, sure. Doesn't cast any spells, but I have it. It was so close to what I asked for. Oh, I have green mana now. Cool. I think I have to force this. Do I want to give up on doing anything else this game? Yeah, I think I just want to pitch Oracle. Though Oracle has text with Illusionist out of the game. Illusionist doesn't have text with Oracle out of the game. I'm going to force pitching Illusionist. As the Knight can just flip out Merit Lage really quickly, and with Safekeeper in play, I don't have any good recourse to that. You want to offer your Safekeeper to a 1-drop? I think attacking with Safekeeper would be medium crazy here. I would love to draw a land to tutor up Baleful Strix, and that'll at least give me a turn to work against the Dark Depths. Or something to point at the Safekeeper now while they don't have so many lands that they can afford to lose them. And they pass the turn. Good call. Pick up Vial and Ponder. Okay, another uncastable card. Pass the turn. Please don't have Thespian Stage in your hand. Second Knight. That's pretty bad too. You want to attack this time? Please attack. Coward. Smart coward. Just gonna Vial in this Oracle, try to hit my land drop. Caracas and Swords to Plowshares. Wow. Those are two good cards. I don't get both of them. Would I rather have Caracas or Plow? Probably Plow. Alright, I'll put the Plow on top. Because I'm out here trying to curve Recruiter into Palace Jailer onto a stable board. Could be a tough sell. I'm going to Plow the Knight right now. Like before they can Sajiri Step, before they can get any value out of it. They missed land drops, so if they save it, it's going to cost them something. Cool. Alright, yeah. Dark Depths in the graveyard. I'm okay with that. And I can Recruiter for Solitude in an emergency. Uh-oh, it's already an emergency. Gonna bash, didn't bash. Okay. End step, Recruiter. Yeah, the second Dark Depths from hand is rough. That means sacking the first one was free. They were probably looking for an excuse to do it. Recruiter. Yes, let's see what my options are. Probably just Stoneforge Mystic. I put Stoneforge in hand, I can cast it. Yeah, that actually looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's a castable thing. I don't have a white card to pitch for the Solitude, which is the card that I would like to have. We are slowly but inevitably dying to Sajiri Step plus Sylvan Safekeeper here. They have us locked up pretty good. Getting above 20 life would go a long way towards fixing that problem. Ooh, okay. I can also Ponder now. Try to make something happen. And this gives me my third land to Palace Jailer this turn, and then next turn, Wish for Yorion, Vial it in, and get a new set of triggers. Gotta get Island. Daze. That can't be good. I'm gonna shuffle this. Vial, also not good, but here's Stoneforge Mystic. They knew about this one. Grab Batterskull, and I could just become the Monarch right now, but I don't think that I want to, because I am at risk of them attacking and me losing the Monarch. I'd rather that be a surprise in the end step. Okay, are we flipping for stage right away? Flagstones, sure. That is a strong one. Taking it slow, building up. No shade from me. One card left in hand. They're starting to tap mana. Change their mind. Zenith for 0, sure. Yeah, that's pretty good. In the end step, I'm going to Palace Jailer. I'm going to target Sylvan Safekeeper. I become the Monarch regardless, even if they do fizzle the exile ability, which they are doing with the Flagstones. Monarchy established. And I might as well put Vial up to 5 here. Apparition. Not helpful. Almost helpful, but currently not. So they can spin up Thespian Stage, activate it, then spin up Caracas and bounce my Yorion. Yeah, this isn't pretty. Put Yorion in hand, but this is the play that I have, unfortunately. Yorion going to play, exile all this shit, even the Vial. Do I do the Vial? I normally would, but I just identified Caracas. I don't think I'm getting another turn, but in case I do, I'll keep Yorion in the mix. Oh, I can tutor up Solitude now, and I do have a white card to pitch. Okay. End step. I get to draw a card first. That might inform my tutor decisions. Another white card. Okay, I'm going to exile the Sylvan Safekeeper again and put Oracle on the bottom of the stack here. I should have put Oracle on the bottom and Jailer, because if I tutor for Solitude first, they're going to know if they need to... Yeah, I should have put the Jailer exile on top of at least the tutor, and the Oracle needs to go last or else it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that sucks. I wish I could have... I mean, I could have. I wish I had committed them to sacrificing a land to save Safekeeper before I showed them that I have a Solitude in my deck. The Vial on 5 also puts Solitude in, so I think leaving Vial on 5... Yeah, leaving Vial on 5 is hoping to see another turn, and leaving Vial on, or flickering it down to 0 is hoping to see 5 more turns. So I think leaving on 5 is fine. I could also Solitude my Yorion and just go to 21. But the same Caracas that removes my blocker also stifles that line. And if they attack with other creatures too. Yeah, maybe I'll just hold on to the Solitude. We'll see how this stack shakes out. Yes, my shameful recruiter resolving Solitude before they make any other decisions. Sad. There's one equipment left to tutor for. It's Shuko. It's too bad because a Cauldron actually kind of fucks on this board state. Select my Shuko. Oracle looks at 4 cards here. And they're all bad. I guess I can't be mad about a Brainstorm. Okay, I'll keep the Brainstorm on top. And then we'll see if they want to keep their Safekeeper. I have perfect information here other than knowing their deck list, and I think a lot of them play 2 Sejiri steps, which is enough to make all this happen. But if you sack a land to protect Safekeeper, that's 1 less land to operate with the Knights off of. Okay, they did sack Dryad Arbor to keep the Safekeeper. Sure. And sack Savannah. I think we're going to see a Merit Lage here. There's Thespian Stage. And 2 of these lands go to the graveyard. And 2 left to operate with. Sure. And I will pass the turn. Solituding my Yorion is still a line that I have. They just go pro-white here off the Merit Lage. But I still get stuffed by Caracas. Yep, that happens. A Solitude, pitching Nomads, and spinning up Caracas here stops this from working. It's not even a good plan anyway. I go to 1. And you're the Monarch shit. Forgot about that, but still true. To draw an extra card. Vial's going to stay at 5. It's not getting any better than that. And Brainstorm's the top of my deck. Wish I had more Solitudes in my deck. A Brainstorm, make something happen here. Narcomoeba that I can't cast. Swords to Plowshares that I can cast is just not good. Batterskull can come into play. Juko's bad. And Skyclave Apparition, pretty bad. It's all bad. That's what I'm saying here. Every single thing is bad. I can attack with 3 of these creatures and reclaim the Monarchy. I guess really only 2 of them need to attack. But I attack with Palace Jailer and Us's Oracle. If they block with Safekeeper, then I can angle with Merit Lage. Alright, 2 creatures going in. Oh, so I get the Monarch back, but I know that doesn't matter. I draw a card that I know doesn't matter. Spinning up with Knight of the Reliquary in the end step, getting a Flagstones. There's the other Sajiri step. It was just in hand, which is actually interesting. But yeah, Sylvan Safekeeper, basically unbeatable for blue-white decks. Gave Sajiri's Safekeeper pro white because it's also lethal. That's great. Oh, okay. Glad we played one more turn because we see Plateau. Now we know there's red mana in the deck that they had not revealed in the first 20 or so cards we saw this game. All right. Yeah, identified Safekeeper as a problem when it happened, and it was a problem. Surprise. I want Cauldron, I want the Fair Plan. Graveyard decks are really bad against green-white depths because they have Endurance, Crop Rotation, Elvish Reclaimer, and Knight of the Reliquary, all feeding Bajuka Bog. I might just want to try to be mid-range whatever here. What does that look like? If I cut Dread Return, I think I actually do want the Spell Pierces in the deck because Crop Rotation, Sylvan Library, Choke are all Green Sun Zenith are all things that happen. Serenity can hit a bunch of stuff too. That also kills my Vials, so I should be careful. But Shuko, the Narcomoebas, probably cut the Illusionist. Illusionist pitches to force. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by target creature you control this turn. Alright. I was almost excited about the flavor text on this card. Like, wait, can this stop Marilage? But no. To and by target creature you control. Disappointing. Okay. Nomads. Are there 4 more cards I'd want to bring in if I just go all the way off the combo? I guess Cabal Therapy could come in and Dispute, Force Negation. Like, you can tap 3 mana to cast Mystical Dispute. That's a thing. Is keeping the blue and white card count high for Solitude and Force worth not having these other cards in my deck? I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. Okay, I'm going to try this for science. It's a little awkward, but I really don't think a Graveyard Plan is going to work against this opponent. Okay, I will keep this hand. And I got to decide if I want to lean into Wasteland or... Yeah, whatever. Let's go. Wasteland's going to find a target. Ponder helped me find things that don't get wasted. Found a land and a plow. 2 of the more important things that I could have in this matchup. Reclaimer. There's a plow on top. It's going to fetch the basic plains and light this thing up. Zoop. Please cast Sylvan Library. Give me the Spell Pierce. Let me look smart. Alright, or I look really dumb by getting wastelanded. It's fine though. If they don't have a big follow-up. That's a pretty big follow-up. Shit. They said, sorry for the delay. I was in a meeting. Well, go back to your meeting. The clock is one of my win cons. Okay, now Reclaimer is just up and running. That's not a bad card to have. I could Recruiter the Guard here, straight into Choke. I could hold up Mystical Dispute and just hard counter a spell. Yeah, I think I want to just hold up Dispute for a turn. Right, they're spinning lands around. Getting a Flagstones. Yeah, if they just don't cast a spell, I'll be a little disappointed. For sure not casting a spell here. Ooh. Please cast a spell. Like any spell. Yeah. Spell Pierce time. I'm gonna get Underground Sea and Spell Pierce this. This Dispute can counter creatures later. Spell Pierce doesn't do that. Alright, land off the top. Slam it home. Ooh. I can get Basic Island and Scrubland. Is Scrubland the right one? No, I think it's Tundra. Oh, Scrubland doesn't get choked. How much do I care about that? Versus actually having... Alright, have blue and white mana stable. Alright, Scrubland it is. They can crop rotation here because of Yavimaya, but that's not a huge deal. Like, I'm still the Monarch. Bummer. Alright, so they have the crop rotation. They can get to Jury Step and Thespian Stage. Oh, right. One of them has to be a Plains. They can't get Stage. Okay, if they Swords of Plowshares me here, I'm in trouble. Savannah from hand. I will block so fast. Yes, block, block, block. Being the Monarch is worth a lot here. And land is good. That lets me Stoneforge Mystic and Mystical Dispute. Right, Stoneforge, get in there and grab the Cauldra. And I'm going to hold up Dispute here. Because they can try to... Oh, wait. Am I just dead to Merit Lage on board? Okay, no. Oh, because the Reclaimer was tapped. If it was untapped, they could have... They did have what they needed. But right, it was tapped. Jukabog, sure. I boarded out that half of the deck. Sylvan Safekeeper, bummer. Card's annoying. No attack, that's good news. Brainstorm. Towards the Plowshares, still good. Daze, bad. Put back Daze and the Cauldra. And I'm going to draw for turn. I just like all the other cards in my hand. Gonna get a black source here. Another Underground Sea qualifies. Black, blue, bricks. Draw for turn. Or draw for that. And do I light up with Cauldron now? I think so. Here's Cauldra. This isn't looking good for me. Okay, they can just make a protected Merit Lage in the end step and then spin up the other Sajiri step. Yeah, none of this stops it. Oh, right. Stage comes into play tapped. I get another turn here. I'm so bad at knowing what cards in this deck do. Red Blast to my Strix. Shit. Now I'm losing the Monarchy. Well, I'm going to plow the Safekeeper. This will cost them a land. Right. I mean, I get to take the Monarchy back, but they get their creature. Oh, right, there wasn't a creature because they stuffed it. Yeah, okay, sure. Merit Lage still in the mix. Cauldra can exile Merit Lage. I'm just going to attack with my Germ. Is there a Mazavith in the deck? Oh no. Is it time for or for a Mystical Dispute? That would at least stop Merit Lage from coming this turn. This game is a comedic disaster. Okay, their spell's countered. They are prioritizing Merit Lage at the expense of the Monarch. Can't blame them. Ponder, help me out here. That's not helping me. Shuffle it up. Ooh, that was basically one of the only cards that could even pretend to help, but it is only pretending to help, unfortunately, because the Safekeeper is still unbeatable. Yep. That'll do. Sylvan Safekeeper, serious Magic card against Swords to Plowshares decks. 2 games in a row. Won the game by itself. Good shit. Tough matchup. On to the next one. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and every other format you'll see on this channel. They have multiple customizations so you can view your deck how you want. Text view, stacks, grid, custom grouping by type, subtype, color, light mode, dark mode. However you want to see your deck, they can provide it for you. My favorite feature is you can choose your set printing, make the deck look exactly how you want it to. The deck screen features expandable sections that show you what tokens your deck makes, your recent change history to the deck, stats about mana curve and opening hand distribution, mana cost distribution. You can deal out sample hands and even play test the deck. Island Ponder. You know I'm keeping this one. This site has everything. Follow me on Moxfield.com to keep up with decks I'm playing for the channel and what I'm up to in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the draw again in round 3. I'm going to keep this hand. Brainstorm and a bunch of interaction. Please be a creature deck. Misty Rainforest. I'm going to play the Marsh Flats because that one can Swords to Plowshares off of a basic if necessary. I have this nice basic island to brainstorm with next turn. Right, just hitting land drops off of blue fetches. And I could just play Baleful Strix right now. Or I could be patient. I'm going to be patient. I don't know what they're doing yet. I don't know if Baleful Strix is a good card. I don't know if I'm playing straight into Daze or Pyroblast or what. Maybe if I tap out, they just combo me out. I just don't know. Did not fetch away the Brainstorm cards. They like at least 2 of the 3 cards they saw. I getting show and told right now? Oh, Grixis? Oh, am I getting stormed? Well, Thoughtseize is going to take Brainstorm. If I Brainstorm in response, that just gives them more Storm. Alright. Thoughtseize resolves. Yep, took Brainstorm. No surprise there. Preordain. Top bottom, the Preordain. Another Preordain. Definitely a combo deck. To be determined if it's Storm or some like Grixis show and tell thing. Illusionist, okay. I'm gonna get my scrub land and play Baleful Strix. Come on, Force of Will. Bummer. Sorry, Jeremy, I tried. A fourth color. This is definitely Storm. Yep. Yeah, sometimes you just keep a hand with 4 creature removal spells in it and you're playing against Storm. It happens. Is Past in Flames deterministic, or are we going for Ad Naus here? This looks like an Ad Naus. Tutor for Tutor. Oh, Past in Flames. Yeah, Past in Flames does it from here. Okay. Solitude can't exile itself, unfortunately. So I can't get to a different level of Tendrils copies. Like if I could get to 23 here, that's 2 extra Storm they need, but that's not how this works. Yeah, just a very clean Storm victory against an opponent who didn't know any better. Okay, yeah, you got me. Sucks that they saw the Cephalid Illusionist. I probably should have conceded to that Thoughtseize. Shit. Yeah, that was a little bit of a bleed. Okay. Force of Negation. Thoughtseize. Cabal Therapy. I do like Kaldra's ability to meaningfully pressure this opponent. Spell Pierce, Mystical Dispute, all of this is coming in. Hydroblast can hit the Past in Flames, or if they have Burning Wish in their deck, which is a maybe. Swords to Plowshares coming out. Prismatic Ending coming out. Swords to Plowshares, Prismatic Ending. Batterskull's pretty medium. This 1 Daze is driving me nuts. What is this for? Who's losing to that? I don't know what's going on right now. Palace Jailer, not great. Solitude, not great. See, all the cards I drew that game are just getting boarded out. That's usually a bad sign for game 1. Skyclave Apparition can mess with a Wishclaw Talisman or Defense Grid kind of thing in an emergency. I'm not going to get Batterskull, probably. Aldra is the big weapon that I'm reaching for. I do want my combo in the deck. And I will leave the Daze in the deck. It could come up, I guess. Alright, let's do this. Oh, this swamp. We have all the cards to turn 2 with Force backup, but the swamp doesn't cast them. Alright, mulligan that. Here we go. I'll keep this and put Recruiter on the bottom. Oh, a Leyline, sure. That makes this hand a lot worse. Still gonna fetch Tundra, but now I'm gonna cast Ponder instead of Nomads. Cool. Just the whole combo rolled up here. Except that it doesn't exist. I'm gonna put the blue card in my hand. Draw the land next. If they wait too long, Nomad's en-kor beatdown will get the job done. Bang. You ready? Did I board out Apparition? I did not, no. Okay, cool. I'm still going to shuffle away this Illusionist. That's not a thing I want access to right now. Opponent's got a Polluted Delta to shuffle away their Brainstorm. Dark Ritual, yikes. Dark Ritual, yikes. Dark Ritual, yikes. Wall Ritual, yikes. Lion's Eye Diamond, oh no. I will counter that pitching Dark Amoeba. Okay, cool. They have spent their entire hand not getting anything done. Underground Sea. Thoughtseize, you got me good. Later on the Thoughtseize like a boss. Stoneforge Mystic, that's a real card. Okay, I'll Esper Stoneblade delivering here. Grab the Cauldra. And off we go. Ball Ritual, sure. We have Ad Nauseam in hand. Where's your draw Cabal Ritual Ad Nauseam? Wow, what a legend. Still got you beat, but legendary shit there. Did you know those cards from Brainstorm? No, because the fetch is above the Brainstorm. Weird. Yeah, that was just straight up like got stuffed and then Cabal Ritual ad nauseam for the next 2 draws. Good thing I had the second force, jeez. Jeremy, we did it. 3 forces in the hand. Turns out to be pretty good against combo. Okay, Serenity clears Leyline. But if they keep questionable hands on the strength of Leyline, that's mostly fine with me. Okay, let's party. Same deck. Okay, this is not super great, but I am going to keep it. It's got the Stoneforge, which is the thing that I want to be doing. Yeah, they took them all to 6 to find Leyline. Let's hope the hand isn't good on top of that, because that was not really my plan. All right, now Cabal Therapy. This is where heroes are born. Got to decide what I'm naming. Like Dark Ritual cuts off a lot of their development. Lion's Eye Diamond is an extremely potent card. Infernal Tutor is their payoff. Got some options here. I'm gonna fetch Underground Sea, and I'm gonna Cabal Therapy. Just gotta decide what I'm gonna name. He did not shuffle the Ponder. I'm gonna name Infernal Tutor. And we got one. 2 rituals and an Infernal Tutor. Put him in the trash. Yeah, Dark Ritual, Infernal Tutor, and Lion's Eye Diamond were the 3 things I was gonna name. Oh no, do you just have ad nauseam on top of your deck? Come on. This is some horse shit. I hate my life. Oh, empty the Warrens. Okay, Stoneforge Mystic beats this. This is not good. Deal. I guess Stoneforge for Batterskull would definitely beat this. Stoneforge for Kaldra, a little dicier. But 6 is not enough goblins to win this race. Get Kaldra. Really wish I had Batterskull. Batterskull is only good in this matchup in cases of exactly medium-sized goblins. Block. Okay, cool. I can play another blocker, and then I'm still holding up the Kaldra. And I can redirect any number of damage from Nomads to Kaldra because it's indestructible. Just like we drew it up. Do you even keep attacking? I didn't think so. End step. Put it in. Kaldra complete. And do I think casting Narcomoeba or putting Yorion in my hand is a better use of my turn? I'm going to attack for 5 because I'm definitely winning the race at this point. Want to make sure ad nauseam isn't a good draw. And I think that Yorion is better here. Yorion in hand. Still no attacks. Recruiter of the Guard, what's up? Attack with Kaldra again. Dress down. Okay. This is going to be sweet. That means that Kaldra is destructible this turn, but I'm literally holding Yorion. I can flicker it. I'm going to put all your goblins in front of it. That's fine. Okay, sure. Like, I could Hydroblast one of the goblins and just beat this, but I don't even care. I'm just going to cast Narcomoeba. I can't recruit her because the dress down's in play, but I'll just play Narcomoeba and hold up this Hydroblast, which gets past in Flames, which is the cleanest route to victory here. Uh-oh, cracking a fetch. Big plays coming. Casting a second Leyline, sure. That's not the game plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I can attack for 3. Is there a creature in my deck I want? No. Casting Yorion just straight up puts lethal on the board. That's what I want to be doing. Let me just check my creature. Make sure there's not like something I'm forgetting. Yeah, I don't have like a Alia in the deck or something that would be great to tutor for here. So I'll just cast this Yorion. Hope that the Hydroblast holds up for a turn. Because lethal is on the board. Even get to tutor up my Shuko for that 1 extra point. We could totally lose this game, but from 2 cards in hand, it's going to be tough. 10 life, ad nauseum's not that good. Alright, Dark Ritual. What's the follow-up? Oh! Well done. Well done. Okay. Yeah, now you win. Alright, sure. My Storm opponent has Hum of Obedience in their deck. I was not prepared for that. And they just drew it. Like, this is all from Hellbent. Sure. You got me. My opponent is BM spamming the chat right now. Whatever. good game. Full tech. On to the next one. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the draw, 4 in a row, on the draw. Got another hand that's good against creatures and bad against spells. I'm going to keep it. Ooh, Gaia's Cradle go. Questionable. This is a situation where I would like to leave up Swords to Plowshares. I mean, playing Shuko means I could rip Illusionist and just win, but if my opponent's going to be on this Gaia's Cradle's go life, I want to beat that up. I'm going to attack the Dryad Arbor, not the Shepherd here. I don't have counterspells in my hand anyway. Who cares? Well, this lets me play Strix. It's a card. We'll take him. That'll Sentinel. Is there another Cradle in hand? Yes, there is. Okay. Am I dead? Maybe. Shit. This league's been rough. And I can just F6. They have a Shepherd in play. Nothing I can do here. Elvish Reclaimer. Okay. Once Upon a Time. They're down to 1 card in hand plus whatever the Once Upon a Time finds. Wired Symbiote. One of the best possible cards to find. Sure. That's cool. Both draws an extra card this turn and protects their Allosaur Shepherd next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4 elves. 5 elves. I can block 2 of them, then win on the following turn. Oh, no, that's too many elves now. Or is that the same elf? That was the same elf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Block, take 16. And win next turn. Okay. If their last card in hand is Natural Order, I'm dead no matter what. If it's Crater Hoof, I'm dead no matter what. So I should just play Recruiter, get the Illusionist, and hope my 2 blockers win the game. Grab Cephalid Illusionist and pass the turn. One of us is dead here. Okay, they picked up the Visionary and the Unstep. That means they're trying to dig for more combo stuff, and they don't have it yet. That's also 1 less attacker. So they do actually have to combo here. But they get a lot of looks at Natural Order. Fetching for a land. Okay, you just had it already. Or Hoof in the hand. Zenith. It's all good. These are all the same thing. Yep, okay. One of us was dead. It was just me. Another play draw loss pod racing against elves. I win this game on the play. I am once again wishing a Plague Engineer was in my sideboard. Prismatic Endings, Thoughtseizes, and Caldra's better than Batterskull. I've been making that switch a lot. Maybe Caldra should just be in the main. Daze, not interested. Vile and Strix, kind of medium. Alice Jailer, very risky. Okay. I am going to lean towards comboing. Unfortunately, my Recruiter had to reveal that I'm a combo deck before dying. On the play with a Therapy and half my combo and Force, I'll keep. I can just like Therapy naming Greenstone Zenith here, or Therapy name Endurance. I could also just put my Nomad into play and hang out. I'm going to do that. Okay, Nomad's in play. Elvish Reclaimer. That can spin up Bajuka Bog. Alright. This is as good a force target as anything. Off the top. Brainstorm. Hard to be mad about Brainstorm. Well, there's the rest of the squad. If I play Vile this turn, I can Cabal Therapy, naming Endurance, then go off next turn. So I would want to put Scalding Tarn and Cephalid Illusionist on top. And then land Vile. And oh no, I needed that land. Shit. God damn it. I'm so bad. Yeah, I needed to put Stoneforge on top and have the land in order to get the Therapy off. Shit. That wasted a whole turn. Combo's hard. Cephalid Illusionist. I can Stoneforge Mystic for Cauldra here. Or I could just go for it. But the Therapy is in my hand, like literally the thing that I would want to be milling towards. God, that was so bad. All right, I'm going to Stoneforge for Cauldron, hope I'm not dead. I guess I could get Shuko, but no, that doesn't matter. I can attack here. Not that I think that's a huge deal, but it can be done. Because I can move the damage to Stoneforge and eat up their creatures for free. Another Reclaimer. I got so excited that I gave him this whole turn. Should be dead already. Okay. Time to test the waters. Did not lose on that turn. Marsh Flats, Cabal Therapy, name Endurance. Endurance. Ooh, Natural Order, Bajuka Bog Leyline. That's so close to being what you want. But as it stands, game is over. Illusionist. Okay. That was 2 terrifying cards in the hand, but not where they're supposed to be. All right, dodge that one. Leyline confirmed. I have 1 Apparition in the deck. Do I want Batterskull in here in case this gets into a scrappy creature fight that I have to win through Leyline? I mean, probably not. I guess like Strix holding Batterskull ends a game pretty quickly. And if they don't have Wirewood Symbiote. Okay. Shave another Vial. Okay, let's do this. I am gonna just go like 1 card closer to being a creature deck. Well, by respecting Leyline, but I have my answer to Leyline in the deck. Doing what I can here. Pair of Thoughtseizes and a removal spell looks pretty good to me. Just against what they're doing. Like, they kept 7. They have a Leyline, but I can tangle with this hand. Alright, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Plow. I'm interested. Please don't Veil of Summer me. That's what Leyline of the Void does to people. It's the old 5-lander with a 2-drop in Leyline of the Void. Dryad Arbor. I have an answer for that. Please don't combo kill me. Misty Rainforest. In for 1. Yes, indeed. More Plows. Okay. They're not going to win for a very long time, but it might take me a long time to figure it out too. All right, fetch the other one. Give it to me. Do it, do it, do it. Yeah. You know what's coming. I'm going to get Tundra and Plow this creature also. 2 Cradles and a fetch land in hand. No more Dryad Arbors in the deck. There's the fetch land. And there's a Shep. Okay. Don't even need to use my Plow. Prismatic Ending, the Shepherd, Nomads en-kor. Begin the beatdown. 19 turns to go. Next turn I'll play Narcomoeba, and it'll be 9 turns. Oh, that's a big creature. Jeez. Alright. Okay, things are happening now. I gotta slow my roll a little bit here. Recruiter of the Guard. I am going to Plow the Reclaimer. That's the scarier one here. And I don't get to attack, unfortunately. Their hand is Gaia's Cradle and whatever they just drew. Jeez. Good draws. I guess all the lands in the deck were in the opening hand. Alright, we're back to perfect information. Gaia's Cradle in hand. Force of Will. Well, I think Narcomoeba is actually really important to get into play, as weird as that is. Kraken to fetch. Heritage Druid, okay. Well, I know nothing else is going on here. Helpful Strix. Black, blue. Stoneforge Mystic, okay. Attack for 1. I'm just trying to race the top of their deck right now. Like, I could have held that Baleful Strix for a blue card to go with the Force, but I want to challenge the board. I'm getting natural ordered right now. It's happening. I mean, sure. My opponent from Hellbent has drawn creature, double creature, Elvish Visionary, natural order. And Hoof does 8, 9, 10, 11. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. Yeah, Hoof is lethal here. Damn. I mean, you could certainly make the argument that you should always just make sure you don't die, but like math also, I don't know. And trample doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, geez. Okay, sure. Those are some good draws. The control player in me is kicking my own ass for not just like make sure I don't die step 1, then figure out every other step 2, which is probably right. But then the person in me that can count is like, there's 3 natural orders in the deck. It's the only card I care about, and my game plan is much better with more creatures in play. So, I mean, sometimes they have it. You put it in your deck to draw it. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. On the draw in round 5, 5 for 5, I will be insufferable about how unlucky I am for a while. I earned it. 0 for 5. Opponent top deck's natural order. Tough run in this league. But I've kept my hand. Oh good, we get to play against Delver in the final round. Exactly where I want to be. On the draw too, where this Aether Vial can get dazed. I'm not going to play into Wasteland. I'm going to get basic planes. I can Nomads Aether Vial and plow off of this. The fetch land's a little weird, but everything else I did looks like Death and Taxes. Okay, had the days. Another DRC. Alright, deck. Time to deliver a land, please. Shit. I'm going to Swords to Plowshares one of these, and then pass the turn. I may have been a little busy bemoaning my luck, and not actually assess this hand properly. In one land Aether Vial, and full of 1 drops. If they're not a Wasteland deck, I'm fine. If they're not a Daze deck, I'm fine. If I'm on the play, I'm fine. But none of those things are true. Killing me here. Okay, I'm going to put Shuko into play. This is the combo piece I can play that does not die to Lightning Bolt. I'm going to be pretty aggressive with this Force of Will also. Theft my Shuko. Am I going to be that aggressive? No, definitely not. That was a crazy weird play. Oh, hello, Brainstorm. Doing a lot of weird stuff in the upkeep. Just trying to hit land drops, I guess. Must be holding Murktide. Or just aggressively trying to get Delirious. Hey. Gonna ponder here. Off basic. Looking for an Illusionist. None of these are what I want. Not even close. Shuffle, found Caracas. I guess I might as well play Nomads here. I already have a combo piece in play. You bolt that. It's a bolt that's not going at my face with my life total dwindling. Counterbalance, huh? That's a shitty card. I'm gonna Force of Will this, pitching the Ponder. The Baleful Strix is tempting, but that's my best answer to DRC right now. Black mana? Or black card? Sure. Brainstorm into the whole combo? Nope. That was a really awful Brainstorm. Equip Shuko. Oh yeah, I guess I should have done that last turn. That cost 0, doesn't it? Yep, just firing off Wasteland. Guess I shouldn't have even played that. Because now I can't Apparition next turn. Yeah, I'm just dead in the Brainstorm lock. Can you all feel my soul leaving my body? This deck is cool, but I've made a couple mistakes, but also just been pummeled. Okay, Delver. Prismatic Ending. This is what you're for. Delver with Counterbalance. Mystical Dispute and Spell Pierce both seem fine. Thoughtseize seems pretty good. This is a matchup where I want Batterskull and Kaldra. Vial's really good. Don't really want the Force of Wills in. Sorry, Jeremy. They are not great here. Palace Jailer is like fine. Gotta watch out for Brazen Borrower with that though. Suddenly losing the Monarch's really bad. It's a lot more cards coming in than I want to take out. Do I skim on Illusionist? If I'm skimming on Illusionist, do I want to just cut the combo? On the play, I think I want the combo though. At least want the ability to threaten it. Is Nomads worse than Illusionist? Because I have Shuko and Stoneforge. But Illusionist is the unique effect. There's only 4 of those. I guess 8 if we're counting Tutors. Recruiter. Recruiter for Stoneforge for Shuko. It's also aligned. So there's a lot of Shukos given infinite time. Which we definitely don't have. I think I am going to skim on the combo a little bit. Vial's really good in this matchup. I can't shave a Narcomoeba if I'm trying to combo at all. But I guess if I have Illusionist in play, that's 3 creatures, but then I need a Cabal Therapy as well. All right, I'm shaving another Nomads. Go ahead. Experts of this deck, tell me why this is awful. I'll believe it. Oh shit, Hydroblast. That card needs to be in my deck too. Almost missed it. All right, I'm gonna shave a Vial, though I don't feel good about it. You could say I feel vile about it. Just out of time to figure this out. Okay, I mean, this is solid. Keep it. I don't think I get to play basic lands. I could just lead on Caracas, yeah. And if they waste me, that's a land that mostly doesn't matter. This doesn't give me turn 2 Strix, but I'm not sure I would jam that into Daze anyway. Steam Vents, shock it in. That's their only land. Or at least their only mana producing land. Okay, lots of mana now. I'm gonna offer the trade. I'm not really comboing anyway. Nice. Yeah, killing a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I am happy with that deal. Wasteland, okay. Float White. Delver, alright. I have so much mana. Now I can continue to keep playing around Daze. And I get dazed here, but I don't get Pyroblasted. I am going to go for Strix. I couldn't play Strix last turn. Alright, yep, got dazed. And setting them back a land when I'm developing Stoneforge, I think is okay. Delver didn't flip. Steam Vents in hand. Scalding Tarn and Stoneforge Mystic. I'm going to Stoneforge here because it doesn't get Pyroblasted. I'm going to search for Batterskull. That one's the castable mid-size option. Like if Lightning Bolt just clears the Stoneforge here, I'd rather have Batterskull in my hand than Cauldra. And yep, that's how Delver works. Delver still has not flipped. And another land that's not Steam Vents. We're getting counterbalanced here. Or Murktide. Murktide's pretty good. Alright, sure. I have a Baleful Strix. And there are spells in my deck, if I can draw them. Believe it or not, my deck plays spells. Ponder, pretty decent. I'm going to start with Strix, though. Do Narcomoeba, that's fun. I could just play Narcomoeba right now. That's something that I don't care too much if it gets dazed. I also don't care if it dies. And then that leaves up Ponder for next turn. Okay, Delver still hasn't flipped. Had another Lightning Bolt that's been in that's been in their hand for the entire game. You're offering a trade with your Delver with my Narcomoeba? Heal. Sure. Shocked in the Steam Vents. Okay. Daze hitting my Batterskull is pretty rough. I'm gonna Ponder. There's Strixes in my deck. There's Plows in my deck. Speaking of, don't shuffle that. Play my land and Plow. And then put Yorion in hand. And Recruiter's on top of the deck. Batterskull's in hand. Opponent's got 2 cards left. Bauble. That was their draw for this turn, or else they would have played it last turn. 3 Murktide. It's a 4/4. So their hand would have to be force blue card, and it would have had to come off the top to counter Batterskull right now. Batterskull's in. Wasteland? Sure, good luck. Still going for it. Respect it. Alright, Murktide is attacking. We've seen Brazen Borrower, which can be annoying. I'm going to fetch another Underground Sea. Still playing around Daze here. Let's see if this connects. Okay. I'm going to Recruiter rather than Yorion here. Still playing around Pyroblast. And grabbing... I could get Stoneforge Mystic, Solitude, or Palace Jailer. I think those are the reasonable choices. And I think I want Stoneforge. Let's just keep spending mana this turn. It's good with the Batterskull. It's good with the Cauldron about to tutor up. Cool. And they packed it up. 1 game left in this league. Let's rally back. Okay, they respect the combo a lot, like to the point where they're willing to trade a Dragon's Rage Channeler with Nomad's en-kor. And I like them in that position because I'm not really comboing. If that's the case, I could cut another Illusionist and get an Aether Vial back in here. And I'm at a point where I've cut so many combo pieces that I kind of want to just lose the Narcomoebas also. But also, what would I bring in? There's a Cabal Therapy I could put in my deck. Nah, alright. I'm going to leave in just enough to combo sometimes if it sneaks through. Okay, I'm going to keep. No creature removal, but lots of cheap interaction and cantrips. Love to find a plow. Basic island. Yeah, I'll play that. And I'm going to ponder now. Ugh. All right, well, I'll take the basic planes. I'm going to need that eventually. But got to shuffle away that dread return. Ponder. Yeah, if they play Delver this turn, I'll kind of regret not Mystical Disputing. But any other spell is fine. Like, I'm not going to go after a cantrip this early in the game. Punished. Always punished. The DRC attacked. I can put you to the test on daze right now. You daze this. I'm actually just one card away from comboing. Not giving you a wasteland target. Strix is in. Pleasant surprise. Wasteland? Hell yeah. Played around it. Second with the creatures. I'm going to trade with Channeler. Oh, smart. They backed off. I was going to trade with Channeler for sure. That's the better of these creatures. But I'll take a trade with basically anything. Counterbalance. Awful. Terrible news. They do not know what the top card of their deck is right now. I think I should pass. Yeah, I think Mystical Dispute is the best thing I can be doing right now, rather than trying to shove an Illusionist in. Channeler. Actually, I'm going to dispute this. Maybe I should have Spell Pierced it. This Dispute can hit Murktide and Spell Pierce can't. Wasteland on top of the deck. That's a bad draw. Okay, Wasteland on top of the deck. It'll hit whatever land I play, I guess. I can try to capitalize right now and just play my Illusionist when I know it's good. And I can even Spell Pierce a Red Blast. Like right now, while Wasteland is on top of the deck, this is like a chance to make this happen. Like I kind of hope they do Red Blast it. Disappointed. Petty Theft. Okay. That's a Spell Pierce, and I'm going to Pierce now before the DRC trigger. And they can change to the top of their deck. This mills me for 3, which I kind of like. You're going to bin your Wasteland for sure. And milled Recruiter and Plow and a land. Opponent somehow still not Delirious. There's no instants in the graveyard. There's an instant. Okay. Hard mode activated. And Brainstorm gets to set up the top of the deck. An Illusionist only prevents combat damage. So I can't, like, untap and save Illusionist from itself. Okay. And they just put EI on top. Alright, then drew it. That feels like a pretty aggressive use of those resources. Like, you could have waited till I cast a turn and use Mystic Sanctuary to counter my next spell, and then Ponder and EI for full value. Just Ponder keeping EI, losing a Surveil trigger. Drawing the Oracle's rough. It's going to pop Yorion in hand and attack. Been a lot of lands. Here's the iteration. They kept their card off Surveil. Murktide Regent in Exile. Yep, powerful card. Okay, they don't know the top of their deck right now. This is my chance. Rip the combo. That's kind of like ripping the combo. Except terrible. Okay, I'm going to play Narcomoeba, test the counterbalance. Land on top, sure. Then Tundra, fetch another Tundra. And I'm going to play the Oracle. This lets me look at my top 4 cards. Try to find some action. Daze, okay. And I guess that resets your Sanctuary and clears the top of your deck, both of which are reasonable things to do here. Lightning Bolt on top. That's powerful. And the Lightning Bolt. Do I think they're going to hit Narcomoeba or try to save this? All right, I'm going to put Stoneforge on top because that's the one that can win the game. But if they just save their Bolt, it doesn't matter. Bolt immediately snapped off on the Narcomoeba. You're going to put me to 1 here? Oh wait, Oracle's already in play. I can't actually win the game. And Mystic Sanctuary counters Shuko. Okay. Oh, and I'm dead. Alright, yeah. Yeah, okay. You did it. Is it Delver? That was a pretty rough run of things. I did make some errors I've never played this deck before, certainly not this version of this deck. I may have played some breakfast variant in the ancient times, but I've never played this deck before, and you could tell there were some plan errors, like cutting the Cabal Therapy in round 1 when it's my best check for endurance against elves. But we kind of figured those out, and then like how far off the combo do you go, how far onto fair do you go was kind of a tricky thing to balance. So all that did happen. Also, I was 0 for 5 on die rolls and lost a number of games where it was literally just we both had turn 4 goldfishes. I just went second. And I was drawing the natural order. There were some moments of magical variance in the league, for sure, but also moments where I could have done better. So I'm not allowed to complain too much unless I play perfectly, which never happens. Nobody's ever played perfectly. Magic's hard. I will keep my complaints to myself, but I will say this deck was pretty sweet. I definitely get the appeal of threatening a turn 2 combo while also being just a deck that might violin Yorion at some point. That's a lot to have to respect out of the same pile of cards in a matchup. Makes it really difficult to sideboard. It also makes it difficult to have what you want in the order you want it. Wasteland was effective against the deck. Daze was effective. Your combo's half blue, so Pyroblast is effective. Lightning Bolt picks off basically all your things. This deck's not really doing anything to specifically sidestep the answers the format offers, other than just make opponents have lots of them. Also, with Oops All Spells and Reanimator running amok in the leagues, being a graveyard combo deck, even a very clever one, seems like a mistake. It almost seems like you want to be just the dumbest, most linear graveyard deck possible if you're going to do that, because that gives your opponent 1 or 0 turns to answer it, where this deck just sculpts forever. Important to note, Force of Will did come up many times in the league as a good card that we wanted, so paying out Jeremy's interest in that card, we did at least check those boxes, beat that Storm player with triple Force in our opening hand of our 80 card deck. Count that before getting clowned by Helm of Obedience technology. Weird league. Weird stuff going on here. But this was fun. Jeremy, thank you for sponsoring the league, and thank you and 7 Factor Software for sponsoring this channel. Everybody be sure to go check out 7 Factor's YouTube channel and all those things that support the channel, the Patreon, OLS Apparel, Moxfield, all those links are in the video description. Thank you all for being here. Despite my brain and soul oozing out of my ears, this was still a fun league to play. Glad I finally got this thing on the channel. I'm out of here. See you next time.